Welcome back to Chapter 3 of Books on the Mic.
Hmm.
We're going to take a deep dive into a fascinating book.
Yeah.
And we extract, those golden nuggets of knowledge for you.
Yes.
Today, we're cracking open Grain Brain by Dr. David Perlmutter.
Okay.
This book explores the impact of our diet on brain health and overall well-being.
It's not just about treating symptoms after they appear.
Right.
It's more about taking a proactive approach,
Okay.
preventing those issues from arising in the first place.
I like that. Taking control.
Think of it as taking control of your health destiny.
Okay, I like that. Taking control of your health destiny. But how exactly do we do that?
Well, Dr. Perlmutter emphasizes a holistic approach.
Oh, okay.
It encompasses everything,
Yeah.
from what you eat to how you manage stress
Right.
and the choices you make about your lifestyle.
Okay.
It's about recognizing that your body and mind are interconnected.
Yeah.
What you put into your body directly affects how your brain functions.
So it's like food becomes medicine. I'm intrigued. What are some of the specific foods Dr. Perlmutter suggests we should be cautious about?
One of the key arguments in Grain Brain is the potential harm caused by excessive carbohydrate consumption.
Okay.
You see, when you eat a lot of carbs, particularly refined carbs and sugars,
Yeah.
it leads to spikes in your blood sugar levels.
Right.
These spikes can trigger inflammation
Okay.
throughout your body, including your brain.
Okay, so I've heard about inflammation, but
Yeah.
can you explain exactly how that affects our brains?
Imagine your brain as a complex network of pathways and connections,
Right.
constantly firing signals to keep everything running smoothly.
Okay.
Inflammation is like throwing a wrench into that delicate machinery.
Okay.
It disrupts those pathways,
Yeah.
leading to various issues like brain fog, difficulty concentrating,
Right.
and even more serious problems like cognitive decline down the line.
Wow, okay. So those mid-afternoon slumps I get after a big pasta lunch
Yeah.
could be due to inflammation.
It's certainly possible. And Grain Brain specifically calls out gluten, a protein found in wheat, barley, and rye, as a potential culprit in this inflammation process.
Gluten-free diets are trendy, but why is gluten specifically a problem for our brains?
For some people, gluten can trigger an immune response in the gut,
Oh, okay.
leading to inflammation
Yeah.
that can spread beyond the digestive system
Uh-huh.
and potentially affect the brain.
Right.
There's growing research suggesting that gluten sensitivity can manifest in a variety of ways, including neurological symptoms.
This whole gut-brain connection is fascinating. It's like having a second brain in our stomachs.
Right.
Does Dr. Perlmutter suggest anything we can do to improve our gut health
Yeah.
and, in turn, our brain health?
Absolutely. Grain Brain dives into the importance of maintaining a healthy gut microbiome,
Okay.
which is basically the community of bacteria living in your gut.
Okay.
And one of the key strategies he recommends is incorporating prebiotics and probiotics into your diet.
Okay, I've heard those terms.
Yeah.
But refresh my memory. What exactly are prebiotics and probiotics?
Okay.
And how do they help?
Think of prebiotics as fertilizer
Okay.
for the good bacteria in your gut.
Right.
They're types of fiber that your body can't digest,
Uh-huh.
but that beneficial bacteria thrive on.
Right.
Foods like asparagus, leeks, and onions
Right.
are great sources of prebiotics.
And probiotics.
Probiotics are the actual good bacteria themselves.
Okay.
You can find them in fermented foods like yogurt, kimchi, and sauerkraut.
Right.
Introducing these good bacteria into your gut helps to balance out the bad bacteria,
Right.
creating a healthier microbiome.
It's all about finding that balance, right?
Yeah.
But Grain Brain doesn't stop at diet. Dr. Perlmutter also takes a critical look at some commonly prescribed medications,
Yeah.
particularly statins.
Okay.
I found that chapter pretty eye-opening.
What Dr. Perlmutter highlights here is the need for a nuanced understanding of cholesterol's role in the body. While high cholesterol can be a risk factor for heart disease,
Yeah.
it's important to remember that cholesterol is also essential for brain health.
Okay.
It's a key component of cell membranes,
Right.
plays a vital role in producing hormones and vitamin D.
So what's the concern with statins?
Grain Brain suggests that aggressively lowering cholesterol with statins may deprive the brain of this essential building block.
Right.
It's a perspective worth discussing with your doctor
Okay.
to ensure you're taking the right approach to managing your cholesterol levels while protecting your brain health.
It's a good reminder that there's no one-size-fits-all approach to health,
Yeah,
and that it's essential to have open conversations with your healthcare provider.
absolutely.
But if we're not relying solely on medication,
Right.
What are some other proactive steps we can take to protect our brains?
Grain Brain advocates for incorporating regular physical activity into your routine.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be anything too strenuous. Simple strength training exercises like bicep curls, triceps extensions, and lunges
Right?
can be done at home
Right.
using free weights or even just your body weight.
I love that he's giving us practical tips we can implement right away.
Yeah.
But what's the connection between exercise and brain health?
Exercise increases blood flow to the brain,
Okay.
which delivers oxygen and nutrients,
Right.
essential for its optimal function.
Okay.
It also stimulates the release of growth factors
Mm-hmm.
that help to create new brain cells and strengthen existing connections.
So it's like a workout for our brains
Exactly.
as well as our bodies.
And speaking of things that can benefit both our minds and bodies,
Yeah.
Grain Brain also emphasizes the importance of managing stress
Okay.
for optimal brain function.
Right.
Chronic stress can release hormones like cortisol that can be detrimental to brain cells over time.
So finding ways to unwind and de-stress is crucial. I know I feel a lot sharper after a good walk in nature.
Yeah.
Does Dr. Perlmutter have any specific suggestions for stress management?
He recommends reconnecting with nature,
Okay.
which you've clearly experienced the benefits of firsthand.
Yeah.
Whether it's a walk in the park, tending a garden, or simply sitting under a tree,
Right.
those moments of quiet contemplation
Yeah.
can do wonders for your mental well-being.
Right.
He also suggests exploring practices like meditation or yoga,
Okay.
which have been shown to reduce stress levels and improve cognitive function.
It's all about finding what works for you.
Yeah.
Right. Some people find solace in art or music,
Mm,
while others thrive in social settings.
right.
The key is to be mindful of how stress manifests in your life
Yeah,
and find healthy ways to counteract its negative effects.
absolutely. And another area where mindfulness is key is in being aware of the toxins lurking in our environment.
Okay.
Grain Brain encourages us to be proactive in detoxifying our lives.
What are some of the toxins Dr. Perlmutter warns us about?
He highlights things like BPA-lined cans,
Okay.
many household cleaning products,
Right.
and even certain personal care items
Right.
that contain chemicals that can disrupt hormone balance,
Okay.
trigger inflammation,
Uh-huh.
and potentially harm our brains.
It's easy to overlook those everyday exposures.
Yeah.
So what are some simple swaps we can make to reduce our exposure to these toxins?
Choosing BPA-free containers,
Right.
opting for natural cleaning products,
Okay.
and being mindful of the ingredients in your personal care items are great starting points.
Right.
It's about making those small, conscious choices that can add up to make a big difference in your overall health.
It's like taking back control one step at a time.
Hmm.
Now, one of the things I appreciate about Grain Brain
Yeah.
is that it provides practical tools
Right.
to help us implement these changes. Yeah. Dr. Perlmutter includes a 14-day meal plan
Hmm.
filled with delicious recipes designed to support brain health.
It's a great way to get started
Okay.
and see how these principles can be incorporated into your daily life.
Right.
One simple swap he suggests is replacing your morning bagel with protein-packed eggs.
I've been trying that.
Yeah.
And I have to say, it does make a difference in how I feel throughout the morning. I'm more focused
Good.
and energized,
Yeah.
and those mid-morning cravings have disappeared.
That's a great example of how even small dietary changes can have a significant impact on your energy levels and cognitive function.
Yeah.
And speaking of the power of dietary changes,
Right.
Dr. Perlmutter shares a compelling story on his website from Christopher E.,
Okay.
who experienced profound improvements in his health after adopting the Grain Brain principles.
I'd love to hear more about Christopher's experience.
Christopher struggled with a range of health issues,
Okay.
including fatigue, brain fog, and digestive problems.
Yeah.
He felt like he was constantly running on empty, but after making significant changes to his diet and lifestyle,
Okay.
based on the principles in Grain Brain,
Right.
he experienced a dramatic turnaround.
That's incredible. What kind of changes did Christopher make?
He significantly reduced his intake of refined carbs and sugars,
Okay.
focused on consuming plenty of vegetables,
Right.
healthy fats,
Yeah.
and lean protein,
Okay.
and prioritized getting enough sleep
Right.
and managing his stress levels.
It sounds like he embraced that holistic approach we were talking about earlier.
He did.
Yeah.
And the results speak for themselves.
Right.
Christopher's story is a testament to the incredible power our food choices have
Yeah.
over our health and well-being.
Before we wrap up part one, let's delve a bit deeper into one of the key dietary recommendations in Grain Brain,
Okay.
making vegetables the star of your plate.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
It's a shift in perspective, isn't it?
Yeah.
Instead of viewing vegetables as a side dish,
Well,
Grain Brain encourages you to make them the centerpiece of your meals.
I've been trying to do that more,
Yeah.
and I have to admit, it's made my meals a lot more colorful
Yeah.
and interesting.
Exactly. And it ensures you're getting ample fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants,
Right.
which are crucial for brain health.
Okay.
Dr. Perlmutter suggests filling 3/4 of your plate with colorful, nutrient-dense vegetables,
All right.
relegating protein to a supporting role.
It's about embracing those vibrant, delicious vegetables that nature has to offer.
Yeah,
I'm thinking colorful stir-fries, hearty salads, and flavorful soups.
you've got it.
Yeah.
Grain Brain offers a culinary adventure
Mm.
that celebrates the bounty of nature.
Right.
It's
Right.
about finding creative ways to incorporate vegetables into every meal,
Right.
making them an integral part of a brain-healthy lifestyle. And while we're talking about shifting our perspective on food, Grain Brain also challenges the conventional wisdom about fats.
Okay.
It encourages us to embrace healthy fats,
I remember those days.
which might come as a surprise to those of us who grew up in the era of low-fat everything.
But why are healthy fats so important for our brains, and what kind of fats should we be looking for?
Well, your brain is about 60% fat,
Wow.
so it needs a steady supply of healthy fats to function properly.
Okay.
Think of it this way.
Okay.
Healthy fats are like high-quality building materials for brain cells,
Okay.
helping to form cell membranes, protect against inflammation,
Right.
and even improve communication between those brain cells.
So instead of fearing fats, we should be seeking them out.
Right.
That's a refreshing change.
Yeah.
Which fats are on the good list?
Grain Brain highlights fats like those found in avocados, olive oil,
Okay.
nuts, and fatty fish.
Okay.
These foods are packed with monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats,
Right.
including those all-important omega-3 fatty acids.
The omega-3s seem to be the superstars of the fat world.
Mm.
What makes them so special for our brains?
Omega-3 fatty acids are essential for a whole range of brain functions. From memory and learning to mood regulation,
Right.
they help keep those brain pathways we talked about earlier firing smoothly and efficiently.
Right.
Dr. Perlmutter suggests incorporating sources of omega-3s,
Oh.
like wild-caught salmon, sardines, and walnuts into your diet regularly.
This makes me rethink those snack cravings. Instead
Yeah.
of reaching for chips or cookies,
Right.
maybe a handful of walnuts would be a better choice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Grain Brain actually encourages us to rethink snacking altogether.
Okay.
It's not about depriving yourself,
Right.
but rather making smarter choices
Right.
that support your brain health goals.
Okay.
Instead of those refined carbs that spike your blood sugar,
Right.
opt for snacks rich in protein and healthy fats,
Okay.
like a handful of raw nuts, a few squares of dark chocolate,
Okay.
or some chopped raw vegetables dipped in guacamole or nut butter.
Those sound delicious and satisfying.
Yeah.
Speaking of satisfying, one thing that really drew me to Grain Brain was the way Dr. Perlmutter weaves in personal anecdotes from his patients.
Yeah.
Those stories make the science come alive and demonstrate the real-world impact of adopting a brain-healthy lifestyle.
Those stories are incredibly powerful, aren't they?
Yeah.
They remind us that we're not just dealing with abstract concepts,
Right.
but real people whose lives are being transformed by these changes.
Right.
There's one story in particular that stands out.
Right.
It's about a patient who experienced significant improvements in memory and cognitive function
Wow.
after following the Grain Brain principles.
That's great.
It's a powerful testament to the brain's ability to heal and regenerate
Yeah.
when given the right support.
It's inspiring to see how people can reclaim their health and vitality by making conscious choices about their lifestyle. Grain Brain isn't about following a rigid set of rules.
Right.
It's about empowering you to take ownership of your health
Yeah.
and make informed decisions that align with your well-being.
Exactly.
And it's important to remember that while the book offers valuable insights, it's always wise to consult with your healthcare provider for personalized guidance.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Everyone's health journey is unique,
Right.
and a healthcare professional can help you tailor these recommendations
Right?
to your individual needs and circumstances,
Okay.
ensuring you're taking the right steps for your optimal health.
It's about finding that balance between taking responsibility for our health
Hmm.
and seeking expert guidance when needed.
Right.
Grain Brain provides a framework for understanding the connection between our diet,
Yeah.
lifestyle, and brain health.
Mm.
but encourages us to personalize that framework with professional guidance.
Right.
Now, one thing that surprised me was the emphasis on when we eat,
Okay.
not just what we eat.
Yeah.
Dr. Perlmutter suggests that the timing of our meals can be just as important as what's on our plates.
You're referring to the concept of intermittent fasting,
Right.
which has gained a lot of attention recently.
Right.
Grain Brain touches on this as well, suggesting that extending the overnight fasting period can have a positive impact on brain health
Okay.
by promoting cellular repair and reducing inflammation.
Okay.
It's like giving your digestive system a much-needed break
Okay.
and allowing your body to focus on other essential processes.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Instead of constantly grazing throughout the day,
Right.
perhaps giving our bodies a bit of a rest could be beneficial. But isn't skipping meals unhealthy?
It's not about skipping meals entirely,
Okay.
but rather being more strategic about your eating window.
Right.
Grain Brain suggests various ways to incorporate intermittent fasting into your routine,
Okay.
whether it's extending the overnight fast by having dinner earlier
Right.
or incorporating shorter fasting periods throughout the week.
Right.
It's all about finding a rhythm that works for you and your lifestyle.
So it's another example of how Grain Brain encourages us to tune in to our bodies and find what feels best.
Yeah.
And speaking of things that make our bodies feel good, let's talk about sleep. Okay. We all know that getting enough sleep is crucial for overall health. But Dr. Perlmutter really emphasizes its importance for brain health in particular.
Sleep is truly restorative for your brain.
Okay.
Think of it as a time for your brain to clean house,
Okay.
consolidate memories,
Right.
and prepare for the day ahead.
Okay.
During sleep, your brain flushes out toxins that build up during the day,
Yeah.
and it strengthens the connections between brain cells,
Yeah.
solidifying what you've learned and experienced.
That explains why I feel so foggy and disoriented when I don't get enough sleep.
Yeah.
Everything feels jumbled, and I can barely focus.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Grain Brain provides some excellent tips for improving sleep quality.
Okay.
Creating a relaxing bedtime routine.
Right.
Ensuring your bedroom is cool, dark, and quiet.
Okay.
And establishing a consistent sleep schedule
Right.
are just a few of the strategies he recommends.
Those sound like simple but powerful changes. So we've covered diet, exercise, stress management, sleep. It seems like Grain Brain is all about making these everyday choices work together
Right.
to support our brain health.
You've hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Grain Brain goes beyond individual health
Okay.
and even touches upon the broader implications of our food choices.
Okay. Interesting.
Dr. Perlmutter raises concerns about the environmental impact of conventional agriculture, encouraging readers to consider the sustainability of their food sources.
That's an important point.
Yeah,
Our food choices have ripple effects that extend far beyond our own plates.
absolutely.
What are some of the specific concerns Dr. Perlmutter highlights?
He points out that conventional agriculture,
Okay.
with its reliance on pesticides, herbicides,
Right.
and genetically modified organisms,
Right.
can have detrimental effects on soil health, water quality,
Oh.
and biodiversity.
Grain Brain encourages us to be more mindful of these impacts
Right.
and to support sustainable farming practices whenever possible.
Mm.
It's about making choices that nourish both our bodies and our planet.
Right.
So whether it's opting for organic produce, supporting local farmers,
Yeah.
or reducing food waste, we can all contribute to a healthier and more sustainable food system.
Absolutely.
This brings us to one of the key takeaways from Grain Brain,
Okay.
the empowering message that we have the power to influence our brain health through our lifestyle choices.
Right. Yeah.
It's not about being a victim of genetics or circumstances.
Yeah.
It's about taking an active role in shaping our health destiny.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Grain Brain reminds us that we are not powerless.
right.
We have the ability to make choices that support cognitive function, protect against neurological decline,
Right.
and enhance our overall well-being. It's about embracing a proactive approach to health,
Right.
recognizing that our daily habits and routines play a profound role in shaping our brain health trajectory.
It's about those small, consistent choices that accumulate over time
Yeah.
and make a world of difference.
Right.
And Grain Brain equips us with the knowledge and tools we need to make those choices.
Absolutely. It's about taking the reins of your health and steering it in the right direction.
I love that analogy. Grain Brain really is a call to action, an invitation to become active participants in our health journeys. It's about recognizing that our brains are not static, but dynamic and adaptable organs that can thrive when given the right conditions.
Precisely. Dr. Perlmutter provides a roadmap,
Okay.
not a rigid set of rules,
Right.
empowering you to make informed decisions that align with your individual needs and goals.
Okay.
And a key part of that roadmap is the focus on prevention.
Right.
It's not just about addressing existing health issues,
Yeah.
but taking proactive steps
Okay.
to safeguard our brains against future decline.
This idea of shifting from a reactive to a preventative approach to health is a major theme throughout the book.
Absolutely.
But
Brain challenges that traditional model of waiting until symptoms appear to take action. Dr. Perlmutter encourages us to take ownership of our health destiny before problems manifest,
Right.
recognizing that our lifestyle choices today can have a profound impact on our brain health tomorrow.
It's like investing in our future well-being,
Yeah.
laying the groundwork for a vibrant and fulfilling life.
Mm-hmm.
And while Grain Brain dives deep into the impact of diet,
Right.
it also acknowledges the importance of other lifestyle factors,
Absolutely.
such as exercise, stress management, and sleep in supporting overall brain health.
It's about adopting a holistic perspective, recognizing that our physical, mental, and emotional well-being are all intricately interconnected.
Right.
When you nourish your body with wholesome foods, engage in regular physical activity,
Right.
prioritize restorative sleep, and find healthy ways to manage stress,
Right.
you create a harmonious environment where your brain can flourish.
It's like creating a symphony of healthy habits
Hmm.
that work in concert to optimize brain function.
Yep.
And one of the most encouraging takeaways from Grain Brain is that it's never too late to make positive changes.
That's a crucial point.
Yeah.
Even if you've made less than optimal choices in the past,
Right.
your brain has this incredible capacity for healing and regeneration.
Right.
This concept of neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire and adapt throughout life,
Yeah.
is truly remarkable.
It gives us hope, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It means that we're not stuck with the hand we've been dealt.
Mm-hmm.
We have the power to make changes at any age that can support our brain health and potentially even reverse some of the damage caused by unhealthy habits.
Exactly. Grain Brain reminds us to embrace a mindset of possibility,
Okay.
recognizing that we have more control over our brain health trajectory than we might think.
Right.
Now, I know our listeners are eager to hear some of the specific practical steps they can take
Yeah.
to put these Grain Brain principles into action.
Right.
Shall we delve into some of the key dietary recommendations Dr. Perlmutter outlines?
Absolutely. Let's get to the nitty-gritty. What are some of the first changes we can make to start nourishing our brains?
As we've discussed, reducing your intake of carbohydrates,
Okay.
particularly refined carbohydrates and sugars,
Right.
is a fundamental step.
Okay.
Dr. Perlmutter suggests focusing on whole, unprocessed foods,
Right.
prioritizing vegetables, healthy fats, and high-quality protein sources.
Right.
It's about providing your brain with the nutrients it needs to function optimally.
So it's not just about cutting things out. It's about replacing those less healthy options with nutrient-dense foods that fuel our brains.
Yeah.
And you mentioned earlier that gluten can be problematic for some people. How does Grain Brain address that?
Grain highlights the potential inflammatory effects of gluten
Okay.
and encourages you to consider reducing or eliminating gluten-containing grains from your diet.
Okay.
Remember, gluten sensitivity can manifest in various ways,
Right.
including digestive issues, fatigue,
Right.
and even those neurological symptoms we talked about earlier.
So it's about becoming a detective of your own health, paying attention to how your body responds to different foods, and making adjustments accordingly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about tuning into those subtle signals your body sends
Right.
and recognizing that we're all unique individuals with different needs and sensitivities.
Right.
Now, in addition to those dietary changes,
Okay.
Grain Brain also emphasizes the importance of incorporating lifestyle practices that support brain health.
Right. We touched on exercise, stress management, and sleep earlier, but are there any other key strategies that Dr. Perlmutter highlights?
He emphasizes the importance of staying mentally active and engaged.
Okay.
Just as physical exercise benefits your body, challenging your brain with new activities can help keep it sharp and adaptable.
Okay.
This could involve learning a new language,
Right.
taking up a musical instrument,
Okay.
engaging in stimulating conversations,
Right.
or even just doing puzzles and brain games.
So it's about keeping our brains curious and engaged throughout our lives. Learning doesn't stop after we finish school. It's an ongoing process that supports brain health.
You got it. And all of these strategies,
Right.
nourishing our bodies with the right foods, moving our bodies,
Yeah.
managing our stress, getting enough sleep, and keeping our minds active,
Right.
work synergistically to create an environment where our brains can truly thrive.
Grain Brain has given us so much to think about and so many practical tools to put into practice.
Hmm?
What a fascinating deep dive this has been.
It certainly has. Grain Brain is a thought-provoking read that challenges conventional wisdom
Right.
and encourages us to rethink our approach to brain health. It reminds us that we have the power to influence our health destiny and that making conscious choices today
Yeah.
can pave the way for a brighter, more vibrant tomorrow.
And as always, we encourage you to explore Grain Brain for yourself and continue this journey of discovery. We'd love to hear your thoughts and insights as you delve into the fascinating world of brain health. Until next time, keep those brains healthy and those minds engaged.
And remember, the power to shape your health destiny lies within you. We'll catch you on our next deep dive.